or what we call a gobo in the light, and be able to focus it. The reason we like these lights so much is because they're very versatile. If we have stuff that we need to not shine light on, we have what are called shutters. So there's these 4 shutters in the light, and because the light is highly focusable, we can push in a shutter and have it cut off a piece of scenery that we don't want it to shine on. We can cut it off the front of the stage with another push of a shutter. The idea is to be able to kind of shape the beam of light. These are some examples of gobos. Again, because this is a light where you can focus and control it so well, you can put a metal image or a glass image in and be able to see it shine on stage. Now, does anybody know about like optics for like a camera? That kind of stuff?
Yeah.
What's the usual process of that? Like, what does it look like when you're actually, when the image is taken? Does it flip the image? Basically, it flips it upside down and backwards. It's the same idea with the lenses and the light. So when you put a gobo in, like if I have these windows and they have like little window shade curves at the top and I want them to appear right side up, I actually have to put the gobo in upside down. If I had a gobo that said happy birthday or something I wanted to read, I would have to put it in upside down and backwards. So, just kind of skimming through here, just to make sure I don't miss anything. These fixtures are often referred to as LECOs, but that is actually the trade name of those ERSs. That was the first manufacturer of these lights. So some people might still call these LECOs. Right now, we might call this particular one a Source 4 because this is one of the newest manufacturers of the ERSs that we tend to like to use a lot in the industry, is the ETC Source 4. So I might call this a Source 4. Technically, it's actually a Source 4 ERS, so that I'm specifying that it's got shutters and that you can focus it. Because Source 4 actually does make other types of lighting fixtures. They make we'll get to PARs in just a second, they make a Parnell as well. So they make other types of lighting fixtures, but because this is one of our first that they did in our favorite, we might call this a Source 4. If I'm an older lighting designer, I might call this a LECO, that kind of thing. But the idea is that it's got the shutters to help shape and focus the light. All right, so because of the focal point of the lens system is just in front of the aperture or gate, an image of anything placed in the gate will be projected by the lenses. Because the optics invert the projected image, it will appear to be upside down and backwards. So this is just kind of summarizing what I just told you guys. And this kind of gives you a little diagram of how the light is working. Basically, this point right here would be your lamp where the light is originating from. And this is how it bounces around and goes through the lenses and comes out much more focused. So your gobo, you can see they have a little squiggly line right here. Your gobo goes in that part. Let me just kind of show you guys. So this is a gobo holder. This is my gobo, or template. We might also call this a template or a pattern. Put it in the gobo holder, and that little squiggly line that I'm showing you on the drawing is right next to, again, these are called shutters. So you drop the gobo in the slot right by the shutters, and that is where focally it has that focus point so that you can.
Is it the light? Can that be the light?
What's that?
The light.
What about the light?
Can the gobo be the light?
Can the gobo be the light?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what your question is.
That is it gonna give light, the gobo.
When this is plugged in and lit, the image of the gobo will project.
Okay.
Okay? Is that answering your question?
Yes, it is.
Yes, so when I drop that in, it'll project the gobo onto the floor. Now, when you guys are playing around with these later, you might be like, I don't see the gobo. There is a way to focus these so the image is either sharper or softer. It's called the focus knob. It's a little knob at the bottom here, and it allows you to adjust that focal distance of the lenses from that lamp so that you either get a sharper or softer image. So you can see how the nose or the barrel. So we're calling this the barrel of the instrument. The barrel is what has the lenses in it. And I can run the barrel, focus it, and then tighten that knob down so it stays where I want it focused. There's another knob that's very similar that's behind the shutters. If I loosen that knob, that's the barrel rotation knob. That allows me to twist the front of the unit so that I can kind of orient the gobo slightly differently if it's not quite where I want it. And again, tighten it down where you need it. So ERS is one of a lighting designer's favorite lighting instruments because you can do so much with it. All right. This just reiterates that it has 4 framing shutters. Anybody not clear about what the shutters are on that? We kind of pointed them out. So here you can see an older, what's called an Altman LECO, or an Altman ERS. Again, Altman is the company that makes it, but you can see it's got the 4 shutters, right? It's got these little points around it. It's got the barrel knob for you to be able to focus, so it's got those same attributes that this picture of the Source 4 does. Okay. So again, this reiterates that you can call it a template or a gobo. It's upside down and backwards. They kind of show you that. And this is one of the things you guys want to highlight. This is why you would use an ERS. An ERS gives you a sharp edge, which is circular if you don't push in any of the shutters. You get most of these lights we're going to talk about today, except for the PAR, give you a circular image, like your beam of light is a cone. So it gives you a sharp edge, and you can shutter it off scenery, like we talked about. You can project a pattern, and it's also high intensity. It's a fairly bright unit, especially for the wattage of the lamp. Okay? ERSs are usually described in one of 2 ways, by the lens used in the fixture, so 6x9, 6x12, etc. So when I'm talking about this picture that's up on top of the older unit, that I would actually refer to as a 6x12 or a 6x9, depending on how long the barrel is. So 6, that first dimension, the 6, is the diameter of the lens. The 9 or the 12 or the 16 or the 22 is the focal length. So 6x9 is going to have a shorter focal length and a shorter barrel. 6x12 will be longer. 6x16 will be even longer. 6x22 will be even longer. And the idea is that it focuses the beam more and more. The longer the barrel, the narrower the beam. Okay. So again, that would be probably a 6x12 looking at the length of the barrel. Either a 6x12 or a 6x16. Now the newer units are referred to by their approximate field angle. Examples are 40 degree, 19 degree, etc., etc. This particular unit that we've got, we've color coded most of ours to help be able to tell, like I can just look at this and because it's yellow, I know that it's a 50 degree, but there's also a little tag on it that says 50 degree. So that helps me identify it just by sight. But again, we made it yellow for 50 degrees. So if I look up at our class plot, again we have Source 4 ERSs doing our lighting class plot, and they have red on the tip. So those, I can't remember off the top of my head, they're either a 26 or a 36 degree. So the idea is we're helping kind of distinguish by sight because they all look the same. The body looks the same, but what's inside the lens barrel is always a little different to give us either a narrow or a wider beam. Okay. So these things are important to know. Why would you use it? How do we refer to it? You might want to also know what like the 6x9, 6x12 stands for. So the first dimension is your diameter of your lens and the second one is your focal length. Okay. I think that's it there. Now most of these first fixtures that we're talking about, our lights for the most part fall into 2 genres. They're either what we call a spotlight or a floodlight. The spotlights tend to give you more control on stage. So again, ERS, ellipsoidal reflector spot or spotlight. So it's right in the title, right? This is a Fresnel. The Fresnel lens, just to kind of show you the difference, the lens on this looks rippled with concentric circles, right? If you look down the barrel of this is a nice smooth lens, and that picture that's on your handout shows you a nice smooth curve. So a plano convex lens like we use in this one, again for the test you guys might want to make sure you know what a plano convex lens is. The idea is plano would be the smooth or flat side, like a plane, and the convex side is the curve. So these are using plano convex lenses to help focus the light. The idea with the Fresnel